Springtime is tulip time in the Pacific Northwest. And here's a great shot of Lorraine standing at the tulip farms in the Skagit Valley. This is a terrific time of the year to visit one of Canada's national attractions, the Butchart Gardens, which are located about 10 miles north of Victoria in BC. And the Butchart Gardens got their start in the early 1900s when the Butcharts moved to this location and started a cement plant at limestone deposit. And the what you're looking at here is the former quarry for where the limestone was extracted. And when the deposit became depleted, Jenny Butchart had the imagination to think of transforming the former quarry into a sunken garden and began transporting topsoil into this area. And the result, as you can see here, is just a magnificent display of color. The garden expanded from this early location to now cover over 55 acres. It's millions of plants with 900 different varieties. They employ 50 full-time gardeners to take care of this, and it's well worth seeing. And springtime is definitely the time of the year to go. One of the really cool things about visiting Butchart Gardens is you can take your boat there, pick up a mooring buoy, stay overnight, and dinghy about 50 yards, I guess, over to the dinghy dock. And the Butchart Gardens are basically right there. The back entrance is where the dinghy dock is. So if you go in the summer, you might find the mooring buoys already taken, and if that's the case, just motor around the corner south down Todd Inlet and anchor at the head. And from there you can dinghy over to a BC Parks dock, and it's about a 15-minute walk from there over to the entrance, to the main entrance. There's also a number of Gowland Todd park trails that are accessible from that BC Parks docks as well. This is a shot of the Maggie Ann tied up to one of the buoys, and you can see it's a very short distance over to the dock. The north side of the dock you should keep clear. Float planes come in and take off and land and drop off passengers from at that location. So put your dinghy on the south side of the dock there. Stern ties are mandatory. You can see our stern tie line situated here, and there are rings on the shoreline that you can loop your stern tie line through. Beautiful color everywhere. Lorraine's standing in front of one of their displays of tulips and daffodils, and just everywhere you look is just wonderful here. From our home port of Birch Bay Village, it's only about a 50-mile run over to the gardens. We usually stop at the Port Sydney Marina for customs clearance. It's the first dock that you see when you come in through the breakwater on G Dock there. And what else can I say? Oh, so we stopped here for a couple hours. It's a cool little town right next to the marina, and we had lunch there and spent a couple hours, and then before we continued on our route to Butchart Gardens. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy and take advantage of this really neat attraction.